in trouble and you need someone to help you out, there's no need to whistle and there's no need to shout. Hey, 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 help is on its way. Call the Koala Brothers, call the Koala Brothers, call the Koala Brothers, call the Koala Brothers. If ever things go wrong and don't work out the way you planned, there's no need to worry, they'll always lend a helping hand. Hey, 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 help is on its way.
It's the Koala Brothers.
Frank, Buster, you've got to help me.
Sure, we're here to help.
Call the Koala Brothers, call the Koala Brothers, call the Koala Brothers, call the Koala Brothers, help is on its way.
Frank and Buster are out on their daily patrol looking for anyone in need of help. Who do you think they're going to help today? Will it be Ned? Or Mitzi? Or maybe George? Maybe they're going to help someone in town. Will it be Sammy? Or Josie? Or Alice? Maybe they'll help someone by the waterhole. Do you think it'll be Archie? Or Penny? Or even Lolly? Who are the Koala Brothers going to help today? It's Mitzi! The Koala Brothers are going to help Mitzi today. One glorious outback morning, Mitzi had decided to do some painting. She'd got out her paints, Frank had found her some paper, and George had agreed to sit while she painted a picture of him.
Mitzi, when can I move? Only my nose is kind of itchy.
Nearly finished, George, but don't move till I say.
Hi there, George.
Hi, Frank.
Now, you're not keeping George from his deliveries, are you, Mitzi?
Oh, it's all right, Frank. It's just this itchy nose.
There, it's done.
Hey, Mitzi, did you really do this?
Yeah? Why? What's wrong with it?
Nothing at all.
Mitzi, can I move now?
Of course you can. Sorry, George.
Oh, that's better. Oh, Mitzi, it looks just like me.
Really? You think?
I thought the same thing. It's really good, Mitzi. Hey, Buster, Ned, come and see Mitzi's painting.
Wow, Mitzi, that's brilliant.
You know, Mitzi, with a bit of practice, you could be a really good artist.
But I already am good, Buster. I just did this brilliant picture.
Well, it's great that you're confident, Mitzi, but...
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to clean my brushes. An artist must look after her brushes, you know.
Mitzi, can I keep this? I've got a frame at home I can put it in.
Of course, George. You keep it. I can always paint another one.
Mitzi certainly seemed confident, but Frank wasn't so sure. Could painting great pictures really be that easy? Mitzi couldn't wait to paint someone else, and she knew just who that someone should be.
Hi, Archie. Would you like me to paint your portrait? I'm really good.
A picture? Recording my handsome features for all time. Yeah. Righty-ho, Mitzi. You just set up your things and I'll be ready in a jiffy. Yes. What do you think? With sweatband or without sweatband?
I don't mind. You choose.
Right, the sweatband it is then. No, yes, no. Although,
Archie, please, just decide.
all right. I've definitely made up my mind. No sweatband. Ta-da! Oh, hang on. What do you think?
Right. Now, can we...
But a cricket bat would be better, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Yeah, I know it would. I'll go and get one. There, I'm ready. unless you think of football instead.
No! I mean, the cricket bat is fine, Archie. Really.
Wait, have you got my good side? This isn't my good side. This is. Or is it this one? No, no, it's definitely this side. I think.
Mitzi finally began to paint, but that wasn't the end of her troubles. Because no matter how many times Archie posed, and no matter how much she studied his face, Mitzi just could not get her picture to look like him.
It's no good.
What's that?
It's no good. I just can't get you right, Archie.
Oh dear. But didn't you say you were really good?
It's not me. It's your nose. It isn't paintable.
Excuse me?
It's just not the right shape for painting. You just have an unpaintable nose. Sorry.
I see.
Of course, there was nothing at all wrong with Archie's nose,
Well, I'll be seeing ya.
but poor Mitzi couldn't bear to admit that maybe painting pictures wasn't as easy as she'd first thought. Still, Mitzi didn't have to wait long to find someone else to paint.
Oh, hi there, Mitzi.
Oh, hi, Sammy.
A little bird told me you painted a great picture of George, and I was wondering, well, if you might,
Paint you?
paint me. That's it, exactly. Well, would you?
Let's see. I have to check your nose first.
My nose?
I think that's paintable. Right, let's get painting.
Oh.
You have to stay very still, Sammy.
What? I'm trying to stay still, Mitzi, but to be honest, this is taking a bit longer than I thought it would.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry, Sammy. I just have to start again one more time.
Hi, Sammy.
Hi, Mitzi.
Hi, Frank.
How's it going?
Great. It's going really great. Oh, no, it's not. It's terrible. I can't paint at all.
Oh, sure you can.
Yeah, don't give up yet, Mitzi. Do you think I could always fly a plane? Or that Alice could always bake a cake? That Archie could always play tennis? Practicing, that's the important thing.
Frank's right, Mitzi. Practice makes perfect.
I guess. Okay, one more time. Sammy? Sammy?
Oh dear, I don't know. I know. Why don't you go and find Lolly and paint her instead?
Good idea.
Okay then.
Afternoon, Mitzi. What have you got there?
Oh, hi, Lolly. Just painting stuff. Hey, I don't suppose you want your picture painted, do you? Frank says I need to practice.
Oh, I would love that.
Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Oh, it's no good. I know what practice makes. A big pile of scrunched up paper.
Is everything all right there, Mitzi?
I thought if I practiced long enough, I'd be able to paint another picture like the one I did of George. But let's face it, I just can't paint.
Hey, Mitzi. I was thinking, will you paint my picture? Maybe tomorrow.
Sorry, Ned. I'm giving it up. I wasn't any good at painting after all.
Please paint my picture, Mitzi. Please.
I'm sorry, Ned. I'm never going to paint again. Not ever.
Maybe you were a bit lucky with that picture of George, Mitzi. And maybe it'll take a while to do another picture that good. But I'm sure you can do it.
Maybe.
Mitzi, Frank's had an idea.
You have to come into town with me, Mitzi.
Why?
You'll see. but you have to come now.
What's happening in town? Why does Mitzi have to go there?
Well, Ned, Mitzi, it's because we're here to help.
So what's the big mystery, Frank?
You'll see. Come on.
Oh, there's no
Hey,
doubt about
Josie.
it.
Hey, Alice. What's going on?
We're just waiting to get in and see your picture of George. Again.
I've seen it 3 times. I keep forgetting how good it is. It's, what's the word? Oh, yes. It's brilliant, Mitzi. I just wish I could paint like that.
It's perfect.
Oh, thanks. It's not so hard. It just takes practice. That's what it takes, Alice. Lots and lots of practice.
So,
Good subject.
Mitzi decided that maybe she would keep on practicing after all. Because if getting a picture right made her feel as good as she did right now, then all the practice would be worth it. Frank and Buster are out on their daily patrol again, looking for anyone in need of help. Who else do you think they're going to help today? Will it be Ned? Or Mitzi? Or maybe George? Maybe they're going to help someone in town. Will it be Sammy? Or Josie? Or Alice? Maybe they'll help someone by the waterhole. Do you think it'll be Archie? Or Penny? Or even Lolly? Who are the Koala Brothers going to help today? It's George! The Koala Brothers are going to help George today. George the postman got lots and lots of letters. He had a map of the world on the post office wall and could tell you where all the letters came from.
Now, let me see. This letter's come from Africa. I know where that is. It's over here.
Wow! You mean that letter came from all the way over there?
Oh, morning, Mitzi. Josie. Yes, and this here is a letter for Alice from France. That's over here. And this one's for Sammy from his pen friend in Italy.
Where's Italy, George?
Well, see this boot-shaped thing here? That's Italy. And there's a picture on the stamp of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's a very famous tower in Pisa that leans.
Gosh, George, you know so much about other countries.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Hey, maybe George could come to the homestead someday and teach us all about them.
Well, I'm not so sure.
Oh, go on, George. I'd love to learn about the world.
There you are, Mitzi.
Hi there, George.
Hello, Buster. Hello, Frank. George is going to come to the homestead and tell us all about the countries the mail comes from. Aren't you, George?
Well,
That's a great idea, George. I'd like to hear all about that stuff too.
Why don't you come over tomorrow afternoon, George?
Oh, well, all right.
Hooray! I can't wait.
See you tomorrow afternoon, George. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, dear.
The thing was, George wasn't sure if he knew as much about the different countries as his friends thought. He was worried that he mightn't be able to tell them everything they wanted to know. The next day, the word had spread that George was going to give a talk about the countries of the world.
I've laid on some juice for later, George. I must say, everyone's really looking forward to your travel talk.
Are they? Oh, that's nice.
Good on you, George.
Thanks for coming. Letters come into my post office from all over the world. Like this one. This one came from South America. That's all the way from here to here. And this one came from China, which is all the way over here. This one came from France. See, the stamp is a picture of the
George,
famous Eiffel Tower.
George, can I ask a question, please, George?
OK, Mitzi.
How big is the Eiffel Tower?
How big?
Good question.
Well, it's about this big. On the stamp.
I mean, how big is it in real life?
I wanted to ask what city it's in. I mean, France is a pretty big country.
Yes, well, I'm quite thirsty, and I'm sure you are. And I think Frank has some juice. Isn't that right, Frank?
Yes, OK. The juice is in the kitchen.
The trouble was, George was upset because people were asking questions and he couldn't answer them.
Hey, Frank, do you think George is all right?
He did seem a little, nervous. I'll speak to him. Everything all right, George?
Oh, well, not really, Frank. I'm feeling a bit under pressure. People are asking questions that I just don't know the answers to.
Why don't you talk about somewhere you do know? That way, you'll be able to answer people's questions.
Somewhere I know. Good idea, Frank.
Come on, Joe, stand up there.
Ready, George?
Welcome back. Now, this is my lucky opal. It's just one of the fascinating rocks you can find in the world. It's mainly found
George,
in...
we know where opals are mainly found. They're mainly found around here.
Yes, we know all about rocks, George, and the outback. What we want to hear about is the South American rainforests.
Yes, and the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
And the... Oh, I forget now. But other countries.
Actually, I'm very tired. Long day. Maybe we could do this another time.
But, George, what about Russia?
And Christmas Island. Is it shaped like a Christmas tree? And I wanted to know about Brazil.
Sorry, some other time. Must go now. Bye.
What's up with him? Is the talk over now, Buster?
I think it might be, Mitzi.
I think George is a bit upset, Mitzi, but it's not your fault.
Frank will think of something to make things right, won't you, Frank?
Of course. After all,
We're here to help.
Buster, why don't you catch up with George and see if you can find out what's wrong? And maybe Mitzi could get you guys some more juice.
Whatever you say, Frank.
Oh,
Wait up, George. We were worried about you. Why did you leave in such a hurry?
I'm sorry, Buster. I had to leave. I couldn't answer any of those questions.
Mitzi and the others, they love to hear you talking about things, George. Nobody tells stories like you. And if you can't answer a few of their questions,
Buster, I can't answer any of their questions. You see, I don't know any facts about those other countries. I just look at the stamps and sort of daydream what they might be like. How can I tell people about other countries if I've never been to them?
Don't worry, George. I'll tell Frank what you just told me, and I'm sure he'll think of something.
Bye, Buster.
As soon as Buster got back to the homestead, he told Frank all about George's problem.
Well, let's think. What do we do if we want to learn about something?
Oh, what's that, Mitzi?
Of course, we get a book on the subject. Let's take the plane to Sammy's store. Ned, get ready for takeoff.
Righto, Frank.
Stand by.
Standing by.
Chocks away, Buster.
Chocks away, Frank.
Get the gate, Ned.
I'm getting the gate, Frank.
Buckle up, Buster.
Buckled up.
Sammy had a good collection of books, which he gave to Frank.
Thanks, Sammy.
The Koala Brothers couldn't wait to show them to George.
George!
Hello, Buster. Hello, Frank.
I told you Frank would think of something, George, and he did.
These are for you.
Books?
Books, George. Books on China and India and France and Italy. And we can get more about any country you like.
Any country?
Sure. You see, you don't have to go to a place to learn all about it. You can find out lots of interesting stuff from books, and then you can tell other people.
In your own special George way.
Oh, thanks, fellas.
So, can I tell the others you might give another talk? When you read the books, of course.
You sure can.
This time going to be good, I'm sure.
Right. Now, the giant redwood tree is so big, it's, let me just check here. Oh, it's so big you could cut a tunnel through one and drive Sammy's truck right through it.
Wow!
Now, being able to drive a truck through a tree is a pretty cool thing, and that means it's probably...
After that, George's talks became a regular thing. Everybody had learned that you don't have to go to a place to find out about it. And George had learned that there's no need to be afraid of not knowing something. After all, with books, you can learn something new every day.
Jolly good.
It's the helping song.
Come on, George!
Wait for me!
If you see your friends in trouble, but you don't know why,
Don't look away and just walk on by.
I'd stop.
sometimes things can turn out wrong.
You could be the one that helps them along.
Always try to help.
Care for one another.
Always try to help.
Share what you have with others.
Always try to help.
Be kind to everyone.
Helping others is lots of fun.
Splendid.
Everyone has dreams that you can help come true.
Helping them will make you happy too.
That's right.
Look out for one another, whatever you do, because if you help others, they'll help you.
Always try to help.
Care for one another.
Always try to help.
Share what you have with others.
Always try to help.
Be kind to everyone.
Helping others is lots of fun. Helping others is lots